On the edge of a dusty village, where silence often said more than words, a wise old man and his curious grandson prepared for a simple journey that would become the lesson of a lifetime. Their task was clear: take their donkey to the market in the nearby town and return with grain for the animals. But what began as a humble trip soon spiraled into a whirlwind of judgment, confusion, and a painful truth about living for others. As the sun stretched its golden arms across the road, the old man patted the donkey and turned to his grandson. "You ride first," he said, placing the boy gently on the donkey's back. The old man walked beside them, smiling as the birds chirped overhead. Not long into their journey, a passerby sneered, "What kind of spoiled child rides while an old man walks? What disrespect!" The boy's smile faded. Embarrassed, he slid down. "Grandfather, I should walk. You ride instead." The old man hesitated but nodded. The roles reversed. Now the boy trudged beside the donkey as his grandfather sat quietly. Moments later, a group of travelers passed by, shaking their heads. "That old man has no heart. Look at the poor child walking in the heat." Once again, they exchanged glances. Guilt began to fester between them. "Let's both walk," the boy finally suggested. And so they did. Step after step, they led the donkey empty down the dirt path. The sun was harsh now, sweat trickling from their brows. As they passed a shop near the edge of the next village, the shopkeeper laughed aloud. "You fools!" he shouted. "Why do you walk and let the donkey rest? Isn't the point of having an animal to use it?" Feeling foolish, they agreed to ride together. With some effort, both climbed onto the donkey's back and resumed the journey, thinking perhaps this was finally the solution. But not long after, they passed a woman drawing water from a well who gasped at the sight. "Monsters!" she cried. "How dare you both crush that poor animal with your weight? Have you no shame?" The boy looked at the donkey's eyes, now tired and strained, and felt a pit in his stomach. Desperation grew inside them. Every decision brought more judgment, more shame, more confusion. The old man sighed deeply. "Let's do what no one will expect," he said. Together, they tied the donkey's legs to a wooden pole. One at the front, the other at the back. They lifted the animal onto their shoulders and began to carry it. Yes, carry the donkey. Children in the next village burst into laughter. Adults pointed in disbelief. "Look at the madmen! Who carries a donkey like this?" But their embarrassment was far from over. As they crossed a narrow bridge just before reaching the town, the boy slipped on a loose plank. The old man stumbled. In a terrible instant, the donkey, panicked and bound, fell into the river below. They watched in horror as it disappeared beneath the current, lost forever. The townspeople, drawn by the chaos, rushed over. Murmurs filled the air. "Idiots! Why would anyone carry a donkey? Poor creature, it was their fault. They deserve this." Tears welled in the boy's eyes. The old man remained silent, staring at the water. "But we only tried to do what everyone said was right," the boy whispered. The old man placed a hand on his shoulder and for the first time in the entire journey spoke not with instruction, but with revelation. "And that," he said, "was our greatest mistake." The boy looked up, confused. If we had simply ridden the donkey as we planned, ignoring the noise of others, we would still have it. Trying to please every voice on the road cost us what we had, confused our hearts, and left us with nothing. Listen carefully, child. Those who try to live for everyone else end up living for no one at all, not even themselves. That night they returned home on foot, with no donkey, no grain, but something far more valuable. A truth that would shape the boy's life forever. He grew to become a man who chose paths with purpose, not popularity. He listened, but did not follow blindly. And though he heard the whispers of the world around him, his steps were guided by something far stronger, his own clarity. Moral: you will never silence the world's opinions, but you can choose not to let them drown your voice. Live your truth. Carry your own weight, and never carry a donkey just to be liked.